second of the two stages in Great Britain, and now the riders coming on in towards the finish, and we'll be able to look out of our commentary point down the finishing straight to see them thundering along here. It's a very, very good straight run in, and a massive crowd again have turned up to see the action today. And the Poulty riders doing a marvellous job here to first of all pull back that four-man group, and now we've just 10 kilometres to go. That's just on 6 miles ahead of these riders. So we're looking probably for about no more than 11 minutes of racing into the finish to see who's going to win the second of the British stages. Yesterday, an absolutely superb ride by Francesco Capello of Kelme, who had the greatest ride of his life, the biggest success he's ever had to win the stage into Brighton. This big field now streaming along, and the British viewers who yesterday saw them fragmented on that climb at Ditchling Beacon and up Elm Grove Avenue, watched them come in penny numbers, the leading people, with Boardman in that wonderful fourth spot. And now going to be witness to what was likely to be a thumping great sprint. Keep your fingers crossed then we don't have any crashes like we had before, but it's a very, very flat run in, a very, very wide run in, and that should benefit the sprinters. The tactics therefore, the lead out men working hard, the sprinters sitting in there. Running down on the sprinters that we've got to look out for and the colours they're wearing. Abdu Jafarov wears the green as a leader on the points. Every day they go across the line, the positions are counted and they're awarded points, and the green jersey goes to the man with the best point score. So that's Abdu Jafarov in the green jersey as a points victor. The other man then to look out for in the sprint is Ludwig. He wears a pink and white coloured jersey for the Telecom team, and I'm just looking back to see where he's got to there. But at the moment, Stephen, the top men are keeping out of trouble with the crashes, aren't they?
They have to stay in the front now. With they're staying earlier on, with being a side wind, there's always a danger of the group getting split up or having a crash. So the top men will always try to stay in the front or as near to the front as possible. As you see here on the screen, a group off the back. They're possibly off the back because they got caught in the back of the group and caught in the crosswind. So as you see Gerard Rui there on the right hand side of the screen, it's actually his birthday today. He's 29 today, but he's had a bad fall the other day in Armagh-Chair and hurt his back, so it's unfortunate for him.
I've noticed one of the Kelme riders moving up towards the front. Ado of Kelme is a very good sprinter.
What am I saying? They could split there in the front.
Yep.
There in the front.
And this is the Castorama team at the back then, starting to work hard, and the Gann as well moving up. Where's Boardman? Is he in the front group or the back? If you see from the helicopter shot, looking down in there to have a look for the numbers, the number of Chris Boardman from the top shot, if you look down, is 82. If you and your televisions could spot 82, as a little bit blurred here as usual, and so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 40, see about 20 riders have prized themselves off the front. One of the Motorola riders has made it across there, and there the Kelme rider, that's Ado. 89 in there for, that's Eddie Senior for Gann. 8 in there at the moment is Gerard Rui. Just behind there in the pink jersey, number 64, is Laurent Dufaux.
But with Gerard Rui being in the front, and I was thinking it was his birthday. I thought he was off the back, but it's his birthday today, so if he could finish in the front, it'd be a great birthday present for himself.
Look, it's off the back, not the front.
I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to stop talking. It's terrible.
Oh dear. Well, we all make mistakes. I was busy raking my notes here, and we've got ourselves in all sorts of trouble. I apologise about that. The field is all together. The big bunch at the front and behind are the splintered remainders who are chasing the triangle. So you're quite right. That's why Rui was at the back. He was struggling. He wasn't up the front, and that's resolved the problem. So this field has split on the run in towards the finish. Those lads at the back will be desperately trying to close the gap, and the big bunch now with about 8 kilometres to go. Running down on the sprint favourites, Abdu Jafarov in the green for the Poulty team. The Poulty team are leading him out now in these yellow jerseys with the green stripes, which one of the riders said it made him look like frogs. Well, they're jumping about now to try and keep the speed up and keep Abdu Jafarov in the green jersey and take the stage into Portsmouth. The other colours to look out for, John Paul Pumpopple, who's also got a stage victory under his belt. He rides for the Festina team. That's very much a bluish coloured jersey that he'll have around his shoulders. The pink jersey with the white colours as well, pink and white, with lots of white and not much pink. That's the Telecom, and that will be Abdu Jafarov. Sorry, it will be Ludwig trying to challenge Abdu Jafarov in the sprint. Johan Capio wears the TVM colours. They've got sort of bluey and reddish sleeves, but mainly a yellow jersey behind that. He's caught quite also a useful sprinter. And this young lad, Ado, is in the Kelmy colours, green shorts and a green and white top to it as well, striped. We saw it yesterday on the shoulders of Caballero, who won the stage. Ado, a very young rider, he's in the young riders classification, is an extremely good sprinter. We don't see many top Spanish sprinters. We'll be looking for him too, positioned at the front when they come thundering down the line. But still, Polty doing a marvellous job here, and we've not seen anything of Telecom. We always seem to leave it a bit late to come through.
They do, but at the moment they're still they're not sure of Ludwig. For the moment, Ludwig hasn't won a stage. He's been riding very, very well, but now hasn't actually won a stage. So until a rider actually wins a stage, their teammates don't have confidence, because they say, well, we're going to ride our eyeballs out for this guy, he's not going to win. So it's only when you win a stage that you get full confidence of the team, and the team will be behind you then. So if, for example, Ludwig had won a stage, I'm sure by now, for the last 5 or 10 kilometres, so the whole Telecom team would have been in the front. So this is why we have not seen them possibly, but when someone else is riding in the front, why should they come along? So at the moment they're making the most of the fact that Polty are riding in the front for Abdul Jabarov.
The damage being done to the chasers will have a great deal of difficulty. See there, the washing blowing all over the place. Lovely day to put your washing out, missus, but as far as the rider's concerned, a gusty sort of day for the tour coming into Portsmouth. Tonight, when the race is finished, we're going to climb on to one of the 5 Brittany ferries that are taking us across the channel. We'll be sleeping on the boat tonight. There are 5 kilometres to go. Brittany ferries, who first brought the riders over to Plymouth 20 years ago when Henk Pop won the stage, and Barry Hoban was riding that year, would like to win in front of the British public, but didn't do it in the sprint finish. Barry, who won 8 stages in the Tour de France, here amongst the audience today, as is Brian Robinson, Tony Hall, Vin Denson, Jock Andrews, Barry Hoban, Colin Lewis, Hugh Paul, all that lots, many other riders from the Tour de France days. The Brits have managed to do it, have come down here, and tremendous interest. I was talking to Graham Brax, who runs sporting tours with coaches, and he said he's got 25 coaches on the go this year in the Tour, taking Brits to see the Tour in one place or another. That's double what he did last year. So it must be down to Boardman, who sat back in this group, allowing the Polty team to do the work all at the front still.
Well, as I was saying earlier on, they'll find the last 5 kilometres an awful lot of head crosswind. As we see Ingeren here riding up in the very front. We see Capucci there also. But the Polty team are stuck right in the right-hand gutter, meaning that if anybody wants to come past has got to come past in the wind. This is a very, very good tactic used by Belgians years and years ago in the classics. So you see the Telecom team coming up here, but if you see that when they're coming to the front, they got to come up through the front in the wind. If you see the Telecom riders here coming through with Lance Armstrong, everyone that wants to come to the front has to come through in the wind. It's also very dangerous when you're behind. When you're behind all these riders here, it's very, very dangerous, because it starts switching from side to side. So you're better in the front if you can.
And Boardman sat further back from this little lot. He's not a sprinter, he's perhaps hoping for the speed to drop and to do a lightning burst off the front, but they're travelling now probably around about 35 miles an hour, with this wind causing a great deal of problems, and Utrakov's making some signs to somebody up in front to get out of the way. I don't know if one is perhaps our motorcycle camera there. There's the pink colours of the German team just on the front at the moment. 131, that's Ludwig in the... So 137. I'm watching for Ludwig to come through. He's got a silver crash hat on. If you look amongst there, you can see him now just in the top left-hand corner of the screen, and that is Van Poppel just behind him.
Ingeren.
Amazing Ingeren coming
is
through.
riding up on his own. It's amazing that he hasn't got surprisingly he hasn't got a teammate with him at the moment to bring him through in the wind, because he's actually riding face on into the wind. But he's a very, very strong rider, so he can afford to do it. But the important thing is not to get boxed in at this moment.
Yeah. Stephen Hodge just going through. Looks like he's a lead-out man for Van Poppel. A lot of top men here. Look, the Polty riders, 1 or 2 of them begin to drift up. The pace has been too high. You've got team versus team, haven't you?
Yeah. That's the problem now. The Polty riders have been riding in the front so long now. The Abdul Jabarov was back here on the very right-hand corner of your screen.
Oh,
maybe it's too far back. He's getting boxed in now for the moment.
Like 14 times. Well, Polty on the left, Telecom in the middle, then Motorola next to them, and on the outside there's another team coming up with TVM. So look at that, TVM, Motorola, Telecom.
I see Lotto attacking in the right-hand side of the road. This is the right would have thought Boardman would have done it. Boardman would have jumped into the right-hand gutter and ridden his eyeballs out down to the finish, or tried to ride down, hold them off to the finish, because it's actually, is it Frizon? Herman Frizon, no?
And
no, it's not actually. No, it's not. We didn't get a number on it. It looked like Frison, Herman Frison.
It is, you're
Herman
right.
Frison, I was right, yeah.
Right.
So,
we'll give you a badge back.
Very good. A very good finisher as well, Herman Frison. You see him, he's stuck on the right-hand gutter. You might ask yourself, why is he on the right-hand side of the road and not on the left-hand side of the road? For the simple reason that the wind is blowing in from the left. So anybody who wants to catch him must ride into the wind.
And one by one, the lead-out men are being blown out and leaving the sprinters with just one each in front. And Ludwig now is finding himself in second spot. And Abdul Jafarov was boxed a long way back, but he must be calculating that he can just hang on and hope for it. Gavis Balan begin to go flat out on the front as well now. Perini's come up on the inside. And so Gavis...
Muccio was there also. Muccio was lying in third place.
And looking back down there, where is the green jersey of Abdul Jafarov? He's not in the top 15 at the moment. This is sheer brinkmanship from a sprinter to know exactly what he's got. ZG Mobley going yet again. Has he caught them napping?
Is it Giotto?
Was it Martinelli? No, it's Martinelli. We'll have to wait and see on this one. Can't figure out at the moment. But ZG Mobley having a bit of a crack at
He's using the crowds on the left-hand side of the road to break the wind from him.
Most likely probably to be someone like Fontanelli as well, because he's very active in the sprints at the end. Henrik Redon is another very strong man from the ZG team who would love these sort of conditions.
Look at the lead out that the Telecom team are giving to Ludwig.
Still doing it beautifully, aren't they?
Ludwig is now in second place, though.
Yeah, and there's the
you see the third guy going up around Ludwig. You see him here in the screen now, pushing Ludwig out in third place, giving him a good lead out. But the important thing is that this third man, so Ludwig now is fourth place. He has Muccio on his wheel. But Ludwig has to have as many lead-out men as he can in front of him to wind up the speed as fast as he can.
Pumping the Chazelle rider out of him, and that fellow just behind the Chazelle colour, that sort of bright pinky and yellow colour, that's Martinelli down there for the Mercatone Uno team, that sort of pale coloured blue with a bit of yellow on it. So he's just sitting in behind the main contenders for the sprint today. Museo in there with...
and see the Telecom riders pulling off and down to the back.
Look who's here. Abdul Jafarov's come up as well. He's made it. What brinkmanship to get up there.
He's too far back.
You think he's too far back now then?
Yeah.
Well, he's still sitting in there. He's going past riders who'll be peeling off the front, having done their work. He's still sat in there. At the moment, Abdul Jafarov. But Telecom doing all the work on the front, and the silver crash helmet of Ludwig, nicely placed.
He might do it. We aren't getting into the last 500 kilometres, so he still might be able to come through.
They're coming now into the finishing straight. The crowd beginning to stand up in the grandstands to get an even better view. Abdul Jafarov has moved in nicely. He's got the Kelmy rider Ado behind him at the moment. And Capio going on the left-hand side, far away over there.
Abdul is there.
Still, Panzella having a big dig as well. Abdul Jafarov comes off his wheel. Abdul switches across. But Telecom have led out Ludwig's fine. And Abdul Jafarov is boxed all over the place. He's coming straight over to Ludwig. He's on Ludwig's wheel. Martinelli is coming through as well. Ludwig and Martinelli are fighting out the line. And I think Martinelli might have got it from Ludwig. In fact, no, it wasn't. It was the Gris Balan rider in the centre. Martinelli was on the right-hand side, and Ludwig was on the left-hand side, and suddenly, whoop, across the line. That was a fantastic sprint. Well.
What a stage. 43 kilometres an hour for the stage.